and welcome back to my channel. I am so happy you're here with me today. I am ready to go on an outdoor run. I have not been on an outdoor run in about a year and a half, so a little bit nervous, but I have been watching all of the runners outside as the weather has started to change. And I don't know, I woke up with the urge to run today, so we're gonna do that. When I get back, I am going to eat breakfast, shower, put myself together, and then we're gonna get into a food prep video. You guys really seem to like the one that I did a while ago, and it is Saturday. My husband's on a business trip until tomorrow evening, and our kids are with their other parents. So other than a lunch date with my sister, I don't really have a lot going on today, so I figured I would show you some food prep that I'm gonna do for the week. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get this run started, and I will catch up with you when I get back. This is the breakfast that I meal prepped yesterday night. It's overnight oats with some chia seeds, protein powder, mango, dark cherries with vegan yogurt on top mixed with PB2. This has about 27 grams of protein and 16 grams of fiber. Perfect breakfast for after a run. So I'm back from my run, I've had my breakfast, I've had my shower and put myself together for today. I was going to jump right into the meal prep portion of this video, but actually I'm not, because my sister is up and ready and wants to meet a little bit earlier. So we are going to walk around her neighborhood for a bit. I want to grab myself a nice big bouquet of flowers. The woman who did my wedding flowers is actually in her neighborhood, and she's the best. I absolutely adore her. So I'm going to go to her shop, grab myself some beautiful flowers. Then we're going to have lunch at a place called Lettuce Love Cafe. I think it's called Lettuce Love Cafe. It is a vegan spot. They have great, very simple food and a lot of gluten-free options. Again, I don't eat gluten-free because I don't have celiac disease, but it is nice to know they have some options for my kid. And then when I get back home, we will jump into the meal prep portion of today. Also, that run, first one in 2.5 years, I did about 3.5 kilometers, so it's not like a crazy run or anything, but for me that was a lot. I haven't done a run in a really long time, and it was raining the whole time, so I don't know, I felt pretty proud of myself. So okay, I'm gonna go meet my sister for a walk and lunch, and I will catch up with you in a bit. I am back from lunch with my sister, and that was so lovely. I had a big, huge kale salad, and my sister had the banana pancakes. Both were amazing because I tried her pancakes as well. And I got myself a little bouquet of flowers from the lady who did my wedding flowers, actually. So I got these little mini roses. I absolutely love them. I'm gonna put them in water, and then we're going to start our meal prep. Okay, let's get into the meal prep portion of today's video. I've actually gone ahead and planned everything we're gonna make. I did this a couple of days ago. I try to plan my week ahead every single week, because when I'm sitting down and mindfully thinking about what I'm gonna be eating the following week, I tend to make better choices. I tend to make more wholesome, balanced meals with protein and fiber and nutrients, rather than just jumping in the fridge and grabbing things I feel like in the moment. I tend to make better choices this way. I also do this because it helps me save money in the grocery store. When I have a detailed list solely focused on the things I need in order to make the food I've planned out for the week, I tend not to grab a bunch of random ingredients in the grocery store that end up either rotting in my fridge or sitting in my cupboard for months. So yeah, anyway, I recommend you do that. For today, I have also included in the description box below a PDF with a detailed grocery list if you would like to make these meals as well. Okay, let's dive into the meal prep now. So here are some of the ingredients we're going to be using for our chili, starting with some red kidney beans. We're going to be adding some black beans. Over here we have some nutritional yeast to give it a little bit of that cheesy flavor, some bouillon cubes, crushed garlic, loads of spices. We have our veg over here, so we have an entire chopped up red bell pepper and an entire chopped up green bell pepper. Some corn, which was actually just left over from another meal I had this week, so perfect use of that. And we have 2 cans of crushed tomatoes. You could also add some spinach into this as well, which I may or may not do. I haven't decided yet. While our chili is simmering, we are going to go ahead and make our chickpea blondies. For this recipe, you do need a food processor or a very, very, very good handheld mixer. The reason why is because if you don't have something that can make this batter really, really smooth, you will actually taste the chickpeas. But if you have a food processor, you will not taste the chickpeas. So I do recommend using a food processor. Okay, so our chili is done and our blondies are cooling, which by the way, we are still gonna add a chocolate layer on top, but we have to wait until it cools. So in the meantime, we're going to prep our carrot cake overnight oats. This recipe is going to be a crispy tofu that you can use in lots of different meals. We're gonna have firm or extra firm tofu for this. The one thing I do wanna point out is the panko. Now, as you know, I've mentioned in a few videos now, I'm trying to do a lot of gluten-free recipes because my daughter's been diagnosed with celiac. For those of you out there who wanna make this, but you've got celiac disease or some sort of gluten intolerance, you can sub the panko, the traditional panko, for cornflakes. Always read the ingredients, of course, first, but a lot of cornflakes, brands that make cornflakes, actually make them gluten-free. And all you do is you take the cornflakes and you crush them up either in a bag with a rolling pin, or you toss them in a food processor and just hit pulse until you have a similar texture to the panko. And they work exactly the same as the panko breadcrumbs. So go ahead and sub those out for something gluten-free. At this stage, you could drizzle a little bit of olive oil over each piece on both sides to make it a little bit crispier, but I'm actually okay with how crispy these turn out without the oil, so I'm going to skip that step. Well, we have finished our meal prep for today, and all of the recipes can be found on cashewsandcarrots.com. The link for that is in the description box below. And just to make your life a little bit easier, I have also included a grocery list with all of the ingredients I have used in this video. If you want to follow along, please keep in mind that this is based on roughly 2 to 3 people, and you may need to scale up or down depending on the size of your family. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!